There's three main steps for solving linear equations. Step one is to simplify both sides of the equation, and this can involve either distributing and or combining like terms. And remember that combining like terms, a like term is anything with the same variable and the same exponent. And then step two, we want to get the term that has the variable on one side by itself, and we get it by itself either by adding or subtracting or perhaps multiplying or dividing. And in this step, we always want to do the opposite of what's being done to that term. And then step three, a similar concept, is now that we have the variable term by itself, we want to get the actual variable by itself, again, by doing the opposite of what's being done to x. So in example 1, we have 4 parentheses x minus 2 equals 2x plus 14. So our first step would be to simplify both sides of the equation. So on the left-hand side, we can distribute, and we said distribute is when we multiply the number on the outside by everything on the inside. So 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And on the right-hand side, there's nothing to do. There's no parentheses, so we cannot distribute. And also there are no like terms. 2x and 14 are not like terms, so we leave it as 2x plus 14. And now on to step 2, we have to get the variable term on one side by itself. We have a 4x and a 2x. We need to get all the x terms on either the left side or the right side. It doesn't matter which one. I like to keep my x terms on the left-hand side. So to get the x term on the left-hand side, I need to subtract 2x from both sides. And this cancels out my x terms on the right-hand side, leaving me with 2x minus 8 equals 14. And I'm still in step 2. I still need to get the 2x on one side by itself. I've gotten it on one side. Now I need to get it by itself. So I need to get rid of the subtracting 8. And I said we do the opposite of whatever is being done to the variable term. It's being subtracted by 8, so we want to add 8 to both sides. And by adding 8, we're adding the inverse, so that cancels out the 8, leaving us with 2x equals 22. And now moving on to step 3, we've got the variable term 2x on one side by itself. So now we want to get the actual variable x by itself. It's being multiplied by 2. So to undo multiplication, we need to divide. 22 divided by 2 is 11. And the 2's cancel on the left-hand side, leaving us with x equal 11. And that is our solution for example 1. For example 2, it's the same principle. There are no parentheses, so we do not need to distribute. There are no like terms on each side of the equation, so we can move on to our step 2 where we get the variable term on one side by itself. We've got an x on the left-hand side and a 2x on the right-hand side. So our first step needs to be, notice we have a fraction on the left-hand side. Anytime we have a fraction, we want to get rid of that fraction by multiplying both sides by the denominator. So we're going to multiply by x plus 4. We're going to multiply by 4 on both sides. And in turn, we're distributing on the right-hand side. 2x times 4 is 8x, and negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. And now we're back to step 2, getting x on one side by itself. We can do that by subtracting 8x from both sides, giving us negative 7x plus 3 equal to negative 4. And now we want to get the negative 7x by itself, so we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. And then finally, let's get the x by itself. It's being multiplied by negative 7, so we need to divide by negative 7, leaving us with x equal 1.